And good Sunday evening, and welcome back to another episode of the StarkCast. This is episode Mark 34, ladies and gentlemen, and we are happy to have you here with us tonight. We are going to be covering what is probably the most celebratory moment in pop culture history for the better half of a decade, almost a full decade, with the destruction, the absolute demolition of Star Trek, Nutrek, Starfleet Academy, Strange New Worlds, all that crap. Done. Get out of here! You're done. We're also going to be discussing how Disney is double downing on another form of possible AI content for their IPs with Fortnite's Epic Games and more. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and go around the room and welcome my motley assembly of pop culture pundits. We're going to start with the dignified cartoon gentleman. How are you doing today, sir?
Doing very well. Had a great time on Triton's network show, and it's great to have two network shows on a Sunday. So let's get straight into it, shall we?
Let's eat that sandwich. There's some good bits, there's some bad bits, there's some sweet bits, there's some sweet and sour bits. Ah, yes, indeed. And now we must go ahead and welcome our good friend. That's right.
Live from an undisclosed location.
Laser etcher activated, Director.
Which we didn't tell you about either. I give you, me, the one and only founder of Archer, Director
Arcater!
He's just silent waving. Speak up. You're muted, I think. Hello?
I shouldn't be.
You just coming in kind of. You're coming in kind of.
You are
soft.
coming in kind of quiet. Coming in kind of soft.
Turn up that gain.
Okay, well, I wish I remember sooner. I'm typically the result is because I've been screwed by Windows.
Well, while the director is reallocating.
So how's that?
That's a lot better. That's a lot better.
But is it sufficient? Because if not, I'll have to run it through OBS.
No, that's sufficient. You got this. That's better.
Yeah,
better.
Windows was ducking with me.
Of course it is. Such a veritable duck in the audio. And of course, let's go ahead and welcome back our good friend. I'm back! That's
Hello,
right.
boys.
Marcelo Lopez Jr., the son of
back.
How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing all right. I'm packing a
You're
whole
packing.
lot of stuff. Oh yeah, I've really got loaded for bear. Block 2, Hail Mary coming in.
And I tell you what, we got a lot of stuff to celebrate. We got a lot of stuff to raise an eyebrow about, and much, much more. Let's go ahead and welcome the fine folks into our chat, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't know why it's looking like that. There we go. We got the great Gap After Dark. It's a pleasure to see you, sir. Hail to you. Thank you for being first into the chat. You beat Tim, the Enchanter. What are the chances? And, of course, we got Steph Alice as well. Good to see you, Steffi. And I hope that you got a full night prepped in you, because we're going to be going all night. I have a show here. I have a show at 10 o'clock on the Green Machine only, where you guys can see a lovely redhead show her stuff for the first time in a month. She's back. Everybody's back. Gang's all here. Ginger Wolf on the Green Machine at 10 p.m. on the Rumble side of things. Hail to the great Carlos the Fish. Sorry. Little gunk in the throat. Let me try that again. Carlos the Fish. It's not better. We got, of course, we got Sylvia. We got the wonderful Prince Stolas in his house. Vox Tech Trust Us. Hail to you, sir. Timeless Night 21,593. In the year 21,593. Good to see you. Good to see you. Let's see. We got the great Kaylet. Hail to you. Often an executive producer on these things. This obviously isn't your typical variety show. This is our news show. We do occasionally do those. It's been a hot minute, but, you know, here we are. We're doing one again. Hail to Stark Void X, a.k.a. the other Tony Stark. We got Mr. Sparkaroo. Good to see Roadkill coming in hot over there on the Green Machine. Speaking of which, the great Outcast Creative, it's a pleasure to see you as well. Welcome to the show. Good to see you. Good to see you, Lance. Let's see here. We got Daniel Berry Sports highlights. Arcater, you just got another sub. We got Vincent Von Doomer. Not to be confused with, Victor Von Doom. A pleasure to see you here today. Weapons are out indeed. I'm turning the director into a lady. Uh-oh, you're getting the Miss Sparkles treatment, Arcater. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
Good luck, that one. I don't have nearly the class.
The Funk family has made it safely to Montana, is tending to business, absolutely. And speaking of people that have just come back from their 10-year mission, let's give a quick applause to the fine folks of the Artemis mission. 10 days, 4 people, furthest ever out from the surface of Holy Terra. Welcome home, people. Welcome home. And thank you for getting those high-definition photographs of the far side of the moon. And if I missed you, I apologize. I did miss someone. Eli Blush. Hello, hello. And I think that's everyone. If I've missed you, I do apologize. You know I love you. It's a Snowdub excuse. It's like, if I missed you, you know I love you. So let's go ahead and get to our first article. And all right, guys, I hope you guys got some bubbly champagne, Captain Leela, because we're going to start on a really, 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 really good note. Let's get to it. Ding dong, Nutrek is dead, that old Trek. You mean Nutrek? Ding dong, that wicked Nutrek's dead. Hi-ho, denario, let it go, burn it all. Ding dong, the wicked Nutrek's dead. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. But according to this article, everybody is super sad. They're sad that this is going away. Because this is on Screen Rant, ladies and gentlemen. And Screen Rant's like, what am I going to watch Star Trek? Jessica! Come on. Really?
It would be because some of their incompetent access providers lost their jobs. We're all just glad for that.
That's right. That's right. So let's go ahead and we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Why? Because this is just too funny. It's a sad time for Star Trek fans, as the end of the current franchise on Paramount Plus is official. Just a few years ago, Star Trek had 5 active TV series, with Star Trek Starfleet Academy joining the lineup in January of 2026. Every single Star Trek series has been canceled, and now it's truly the end of the last 2 remaining shows. Star Trek Starfleet Academy and Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Good
Opioid addiction can be a daily challenge.
Opiate
but it may
addiction
be possible to get a month of
not
mornings
okay.
without being
God,
reminded of it.
really?
Long-acting
Christ's sake.
Brixadi.
How dare you ruin
with
that?
counseling
No.
is for adults with moderate to severe opioid addiction who have been on or started treatment
Where's
with a
that
dose of
coming
oral
from?
buprenorphine.
That's one way to. That's one way to
The
stop a
comp-
content creator
The kid- From what? From having his moment? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Please don't unsubscribe.
If you're
to me for
listening in
subpar
Screen
quality.
Rant, if you're listening in Screen Rant, do that more often to stop people covering your god-awful articles.
Mm-hmm. Good to see the great John, the Beagle Dad. And we will be getting to that super sticker after this article. Let me continue to beat my chest and throw leaves like the angry gorilla that I am. Star Trek Strange New Worlds has filmed its 5th and final season in the fall of 2025. Wrapping just before Christmas, Star Trek Starfleet Academy was canceled by Paramount Plus, less than 2 weeks after Season 1's finale premiered. However, Star Trek Starfleet Academy wrapped filming its 2nd and final season at the end of February. Trek Central reports that sets for Star Trek Starfleet Academy are now being torn down. Star Trek Starfleet Academy was filmed at the Star Trek stage at Pinewood Studios, Toronto. And there'll be a local online auction for parts of the set on Friday. What are they going to do? Sell it for $5 here, $10 there. $5 here, $10 there. It is definitely not bronze. If you want a fiberglass piece, get it on the auction. Anyway, yeah, the first song was better. Let's see here. A crew member from the show reports the teams are already de-rigging the studios used for the latest Star Trek series. Bring in the dozers. Additionally, Star Trek Strange New World sets are also being taken down. And there you see that so it's so nice to see these things finally get get the old dozer bucket. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. Bringing the guys with the sledgehammers, folks. It's time to get to work. We're back in highway mode. Star Trek Starfleet Academy boasted the largest sets ever built for Star Trek. The demolition of Starfleet Academy stunning sets. Stunning. Includes the loss of the multi-level atrium, which had all the Starfleet Wall of Heroes, the USS Athena's Bridge, and the classroom. Star Trek Strange New World sets are also gorgeous. And the destruction of the sets includes the loss of the USS Enterprise Bridge, Captain Pike's ready room, the science lab, Captain Pike's quarters with his plush kitchen and fireplace. So nice. During the 53rd annual Saturn Awards in March, Star Trek Strange New Worlds executive producer and showrunner Henry Alonzo Myers said that Star Trek Strange New Worlds was set were in storage, giving hope that the spinoff about Captain James Tiberius Kirk, played by Paul Wesley in Star Wars Year One, could happen. Those hopes are now dashed with the Enterprise sets being torn down. Meanwhile, an online petition to save Star Trek Starfleet Academy had topped 42,000 signatures. 42,000 signatures. Wow, that's not even enough people to fill a modern stadium. You can't even fill the RCA Dome in Indianapolis with 42,000 people. Fortunately, the USS Athena sets are being torn down means that there's no chance for Paramount Plus to could ever reverse course and greenlight Star Trek Starfleet Academy Season 3. Thank God.
Yay!
There is no Star Trek in production or greenlit for the first time in nearly a decade, and the sets for Star Trek Strange New Worlds and Starfleet Academy coming down means truly the end of an era. However, most Star Trek series still have seasons yet to premiere. Star Trek Starfleet Academy 2 has 10 episodes of trash, and Star Trek Strange New Worlds seasons 4 and 5, totaling 16 episodes, are banked, so there will still be new Trek to watch, unfortunately, in Paramount Plus in 2026 and 2027. Even as some of the most stunning sets Star Trek ever filmed will be no more. Oh, hey, free at last, free at last. Praise the Lord, free at last. Yes, that's right. That's right. That's right, Sally. All right. Digny, got your champagne.
Where to start? Couldn't have happened to a better group of people.
Mm-hmm.
And, this isn't just 10 years. This has been nearly 20 years of this stuff. It all started with that Jar Jar Abrams and Alex Kurtzman. They go from making Transformers to making Star Trek, and I'm like, what the hell's going on here? So it started then. And it's such a shame that a franchise has been railed to oblivion thanks to those egregious individuals. I'm very grateful that there's no more Star Trek being made. In fact, I'll tell you this, guys. There's only one piece, or rather two pieces, of new Trek that I enjoyed. One was the final season of Picard, and the other was Star Trek Prodigy. I enjoyed that. But
Prodigy.
It was one of the first shows to get canceled. And I liked it because of the Voyager connection. But quite frankly, this franchise is dead and gone, dead and buried.
Thank God.
They're not going to bring it back. And if they do, what are they going to do with it?
Not a lot. I want to give a special shout out to Victor Von Doomer, who says Star Trek is a toothless, nutless, maidenless, low-tier, mongoloid, dumpster fire. Say that 3 times fast. Well done.
Well said.
Well said.
It's gone. It's dead. It's gone. It's never coming back. In fact, the blueprint to destroy Star Trek could well be used to destroy every franchise ever created.
Hail to Jace. Good to see you, Jace. To cancel this podcast, coming over from the Green Machine. He says, if you see J.J. Abrams heading towards your favorite IP is indeed dead.
Yep.
Good to see Longest Parsec. Sorry I missed the intro. The news show gets a very short intro versus the variety show where I get all my set lists and stuff together that has the 8-minute long one. Yelling into the Wind says, for what it's worth, Project Hail Mary is well worth watching while it is still in theaters. This is a man who came up with Lost. Didn't even have an ending for it. And then they decided because he got lucky the one time he should be allowed to remake Existence. Well, he's going to remake Existence all right, all the way to the unemployment line.
Personally,
Director,
I think
thoughts?
I have
Oh,
quite
go
a few thoughts. I'm
No,
just going
go
to
on.
play my
Go
tiny
on.
violin as we're going about this. I so rarely get an opportunity to break it out, but this could not be more apt to the case. Look, I think the issue here is they're expecting sadness, but those of us who cared about Star Trek at all have gone through all the stages of grief at this point and observed that, like a beloved grandpa who's had a stroke and gone senile, at this point, you're just glad they're no longer suffering.
Yeah.
Only, unfortunately, unlike your senile grandpa, they're just waiting for us to forget long enough to try again.
Absolutely. I'm seeing a lot of people here today. I see Zalosi. I see the Trusty Ape. It's good to see everybody hanging out with us tonight. I think things are looking up and up with our scheduling. Thank you guys for tuning in with us tonight. And we're happy to have you here. And, I try to play those little violins, but my clumsy ass ogre fingers, I break too many of them. So, Arcater, a man of many talents, to say the least. All right. Marcello, here you go. Hold on, let me remove that. And hold on, there you go. Look at how they massacred my boy. Son of Mars.
He's blacked out.
Oh, for the love of Holy Terra.
Already?
No, I don't know. I'm just guessing. But look, I'd drink myself to death if I had to go through the timeline of the downfall of Star Trek. Okay?
Well, the town mom's here, so put your alcohol up.
Yeah, I'm not going to go through the timeline, Digby, but
Like my new photo?
yeah,
I do.
yes,
It's
I do.
pretty.
yeah, I'm just gonna lock it up this way, okay?
Mhm.
If you looked at what he had done previously, okay, you would have been lulled into a semi-stupor to think that he could actually pull this off,
Mhm.
okay? Because what started off good invariably ended up crappy. Fringe,
See you too, Slay.
yeah, Fringe started off great, ended up crappy. Sleepy Hollow
And
started off
Satan.
great, ended up crappy. Are you sensing a pattern here?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So it shouldn't have come to us as a surprise that when he was handed a franchise as monumental, as voluminous as Star Trek, that he would just completely mishandle it to smithereens. And that's the only way that you could describe what's happened with this. He's completely mishandled the family jewels, for lack of a better phrase.
There's
Oh
something
no,
I
he
did
was
want to-
he was totally fondling the family jewels, kind of like how Jareth did with those crystal balls at the start of that one musical number.
Fondling,
Yeah.
squeezing until you're blue in the face,
Rotating.
pick your poison. Pick your
There's
poison.
something I didn't realize until now. J.J. Abrams came from Lost.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
See,
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
understand why anyone would hire anyone who had anything to do with Lost. Lost was awful. Lost was awful from day one. I have a grudge to this day over Lost because I listened to all those smug bastards doing better writing for the show than the writers. Also, they totally cracked the case and they knew exactly how it would end and what it would mean, only to, well, put me right, when it was evidently obvious the writers didn't know what they were doing. They were just pulling out their ass as they went and expecting everyone else to fill in the blanks.
Yeah. Well, you see, here's the thing. Again, given his past, it would have completely lulled you into a false sense of security because this gentleman is also the same one who brought us Hercules, the legendary journeys in the 1990s.
Enjoy your babysitting, Boa.
And you would have been like, really? This is the guy? And, then he teamed up with Robert Orsi to bring in Fringe, and it's like, oh wow, okay, it's not bad. I mean, they screwed up that last season of Fringe. Sleepy Hollow, okay, that's an interesting franchise. But again, last season completely screwed it up. Okay, the man just basically got something into his hands that he was not prepared to take.
Look at that, kids. Look at how beautiful that is.
The waste.
Have you not seen a more wonderful sight to see that crap get torn down?
Yeah, the utter waste is all I'm going to say. The utter waste. Okay. And then I'll throw you another thing, and I'm not going to mention the channel where I heard this, but then I went and corroborated it. Apparently, this is the largest set in North America, but it's not in the United States. Number one. Number two, this was made with money from the great state of Georgia. The great state of Georgia gave Paramount approximately $4 billion.
Yeesh.
5, excuse me. Only 20% of which was actually spent in the great state of Georgia for anybody listening in from Georgia.
Look at Jace over here. Spirit Halloween Northside incoming. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I feel no remorse lambasting them until they are charred. Yes, your tax dollars went into this drivel. Yes, sir.
Oh,
look it up.
Oh my God, Sig Valdison. Oh my God, Jace. Oh,
you think I'm Sig Valdison? When have you heard? when have you heard me embellish anything?
Oh,
I feel for you all.
Okay, this is what steams me, because when I first heard this, I was like, no BS, come on. But this particular channel is known for doing a financial analysis.
Yeah.
So I went and I looked it up myself, and guess what? The son of a gun was actually right.
All right, I want to show off some of these responses here. This is one of my friends, JRC99US. Some of these responses are great. Best of luck with an auction from that series, right? Right. The only time people, instead of taking things from the set, will add to it. Sean Carter, our good friend Sean Carter, says, auction. You couldn't pay me to take any of that crap. Time to put this series where it belongs, says John Douglas. Absolutely.
Yeah.
The Daily Bugle. Oh, by the way, thank you, everybody, for shouting out the Daily Bugle on X. It's one of my favorite accounts ever. They're back, and it's awesome that they're back. So, yeah, Bugle added context. Star Trek is dead. Thor Odin's son. Good riddance.
Yeah.
Fellow Avenger over here.
As an alternative, there are rumblings that Star Trek United, not helmed by these clowns, is apparently in development. So we'll see what happens.
And just like that, as if it ever happened.
That's right.
A Keonian bitch is the asshole. Okay, shit, ball clenching, sphincter puckering, pain, bruh. Eat glass, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I don't wish the guy. I don't wish the guy ill.
Look, it's Captain Claw, and that's actually him. The account is actually Captain Claw, the guy who played him.
Captain Claw. That's funny. Wow. At Real Claw. Wow. That looks like a mall, a ghost mall with herpes. Must have been this thing.
Yep.
No, that's it. That's what we saw earlier.
Now you got me laughing.
Funny. That's hilarity made manifest.
Now you got me laughing. Now you got me laughing.
Those props are more cursed than a Sonichu medallion. Hell yeah. Hail to Seabrew 1138. Wow. And, good to see you.
That set that was being ripped apart, that set looked like the inside of Chernobyl. Okay. All gray and depressing, and it looks like it was melting. But that was a massive set. Think of what that set could have actually been used for.
Oh, yeah.
It is the largest set, or at least was the largest set in North America, Digny. Largest set.
Insane.
Just take that into account. Okay. Largest set in North America was for Star Trek Academy and Strange New Worlds. They shared
Insane.
set pieces. They shared set pieces.
Crazy.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get Scooby's weigh in on this, and then we need to mosey on along. Scoobs, welcome to the show. Was your dinner good?
It was very good. I had a lot of
Good,
seafood,
good.
and I love seafood.
Awesome.
First of all, what the hell is the topic?
Ding
And-
dong, Star
and
Trek is
second-
dead. The
Dead.
wicked Trek. That stupid new Trek. Ding dong, the wicked new Trek is dead. That's what we're talking about.
I thought they were getting another season. And second,
It's the last. It's the last. They're tearing down the sets right now, as we speak. They
Well,
got good.
the fact that
good.
is it's getting a last season pisses me off because it never should have gotten a last season. It should have just like stayed dead.
Here,
I mean,
here, 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 here,
Mhm,
here,
mhm,
here.
And
mhm.
they should have torn down the set last season as soon as it ended, and and just started. I don't know, shooting themselves, saying
Yes.
where did why why did
Easy,
we do that?
easy with
this
that
was-
vernacular.
Yeah, I think this was a ploy once the Ellisons bought Paramount for them to kind of strong arm their way into a third season. So I figured what Kurtzman did is he shot the second season or had the second season shot.
The way that
kinda
these
put
studios
them up
work.
where they couldn't.
I
But
think what they did is, I think what they should do is after this season, blacklist everybody involved in this show, writers, directors, actors, actresses, blacklist all of them. Say,
Mhm.
shame on you. This is a disgrace. You did this to yourselves, and move on.
This is what I'll say these studios will have banked.
Yeah.
They usually like to finish wrapping
Mhm.
up a following season while a current season's airing. So unfortunately, they were doubling down with what little hope they had left to try and get this done.
Yeah.
And they are going to, at the very least, as their last, I guess you could call it coup de grace or coup d'etat. Actually, more of a coup d'etat, right? To like attempt to make us suffer and cringe one last time as their ship's sinking. So, hand them some McDonald's uniforms. That's right. That's right. They better keep
You
them
know-
pickles off my McDouble, fool.
well, hang on
Yeah,
a second.
no, I don't think McDonald's would even hire them.
Yeah,
They'd
yeah,
be
well,
like,
hey-
oh wait, you were involved in that show? Oh yeah, fuck that. No, sorry, go somewhere else.
Yeah, yeah.
I wouldn't
but
trust them to handle my food.
Yeah, I mean, I hear you guys, but I got to tell you, okay, the one person or the one actor who I think took it with a little bit of grace was the actor who played the Klingon character. Okay, he was given a role, making money, first big role. He said it was his first big role. Okay, but the one thing that I can't say that this guy showed some class with was he didn't lambaste the fans. He didn't turn it around on the fans. He didn't pull an Amanda Stenberg. So in that respect, I got to give him props. And I say,
gracefully.
and I say, maybe give him another shot in a different show. Okay, maybe.
Well,
give him
I
a
don't know if
different
he's
shot in
going
a
to
different show.
Stovo Corps, but one can only hope.
Well, maybe, but the thing is this: I fully expected them to totally implode, and guess what? Robert Picardo, yeah, he did, and that was
Bruce
totally
said
expected.
He
Yeah.
took it all right.
Yeah.
Welcome
So,
back, Carlos.
Yeah, but other
Maybe
than that,
the
I'm
gay
with Scooby.
Klingon can go over to Euphoria and continue to be gay. Yeah, maybe.
Actually, I think Euphoria has been canceled too. They've got one last season in the can, and I think that's it.
At any rate, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get some of these super chats here because they are racking up. They don't read themselves, and
thank God, no unicorns.
and don't say that, or else the fleet will come.
Mr. Stark, it's time for some super chats.
The Great Rod Thunderheart. Oh, we should probably share this, shouldn't we? Wow, look at me go. Look at me go. Rod Thunderheart, who has showed a lot of support to my humble little corner of the internet lately. He was a board member for yesterday's episode of the matinee, and we appreciate you. He says, thanks for being you with a pair looking in a mirror. A 20 Canadian dollar super chat. Hail and thank you, sir. And then we have a new channel member with Sebrew. Welcome back to the Shield Agency program, sir. He says, for leaks and Diet Coke for he who can be named. With a very generous $2 super chat. Thank you guys for supporting my humble little corner of the internet. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. It feels good to be back.
Mm-hmm.
Good to be back. And also, ladies and gentlemen, please consider what we're going to be doing on the Green Machine later on tonight at 10 o'clock. That's right. You know her, you love her, and you miss her. And she is bringing two wonderful, soft, beautiful, round, voluptuous assets. Whether the Black Widow Files returns tonight, weapons free at the gate. Because I know you've been missing her too. All right, kids. That's our Hollywood segment. Let's get into our gaming segment. And it looks like the fine folks of the House of Mouse are literally going, well, we no longer have Sora AI because they're canning it. They have this thing called Epic, the Unreal Engine 5. Maybe we'll shit on that. And boy, howdy, what will it mean if Disney buys the Unreal Engine? Developers are divided over rumors of a potential bid for Epic Games. It is no secret that Disney is keen on entering new forms of entertainment. Its plan to allow user-prompted AI-generated video on Disney Plus is set back by OpenAI abruptly pulling the plug on Sora, which we've also covered. In the meantime, the other area it's been eyeing is gaming. Back in 2024, Disney made a $1.5 billion investment in Epic Games, developer of the third-person shooter Fortnite and a hugely popular game development software Unreal Engine. There's increasing speculation that Disney might buy Epic Games, and some developers are getting worried. What would a Disney-owned Unreal Engine look like? Disney's investment in Epic was intended to build a gaming-like content for Disney Plus to create what is described as the same as a persistent, open, and interoperable ecosystem that would merge Disney and Fortnite. So far, there's been a Disneyland game rush in Fortnite itself, and more recently, a launch of the Star Wars Fortnite Islands. Will Disney lose controls of these? Blah, blah, blah. When Disney made its investment, Epic Games is reportedly valued at around $22.5 billion. That price tag might make a buyout seem unlikely, but the developers facing challenges. Fortnite's become a goldmine in the years after its launch in 2017. The payoff from Epic's all-in bet on one free-to-play live service game is starting to dwindle, and we also covered this. They've been laying people off. If you've been following the newscasts here, they've been laying people off, and we were all scratching our heads and going, "Why?" So I'm pretty sure that the director is probably priming the laser because we're talking about two of his favorite things. One is Disney, and the other is Fortnite. Can't wait for that rant. I know it's coming. Epic's been plotting through collapse to try and maintain interest in Fortnite and expanding the game into a broader entertainment platform with its music festivals and movie premieres like Tarantino's Kill Bill Lost Chapter. But it's getting harder to keep it fresh, and there are signs of Fortnite's time may have passed. Now, we're not going to go into all of the logistical details because this is a two-parter. So let's go ahead and get to the second part where Disney is trying to make an Ark Raiders game, as this is a two-parter here, with their IPs. Epic Games is developing a new extraction shooter for Disney and plans to launch it in November, according to a new report from Bloomberg. It'll be the first game released as part of Disney's $1.5 billion investment in Epic, which is best known for Fortnite and the Unreal Engine. According to Bloomberg, the extraction shooter is similar in style to Embark Studios' hit Ark Raiders, but will feature Disney characters. It is unclear whether the characters will be unique to the game or as diverse as the Disney old characters in Fortnite, which spans properties like Star Wars, Marvel, and Toy Story. Epic has bought dozens of Disney characters to Fortnite over the past 8 years, including recent additions like Perry and Dr. Doofenshmirtz from Phineas and Ferb. Epic's Disney extraction shooter is said to not be very original, according to sources cited by Bloomberg, but employees are optimistic that Epic will get it right by the launch date. Fortnite itself is not very original. The game's dominant battle royale mode is featured as a direct competitor or blatant copy of Krafton's PUBG. And to help popularize the battle royale genre, Disney is getting into the extraction shooter business, coming after reports claimed in the entertainment giant aims to appeal to Gen Z men. That's the big take here. Generation Z men, ladies and gentlemen. What?
Because Disney is so good at that.
Yeah, because they're really good at that. They're really, really good at that.
They're really good at appealing to men.
As established brands like Star Wars and Marvel superhero fairs struggle to hit the highs of yesteryear, Disney is pushing creators to focus on products that appeal to younger male consumers, specifically the ones that play video games, which is all of them. I mean, I get where they're coming from this, but this does look dangerous in the grand scheme of things, because most Gen Z quote men end quote to even see themselves as such. That's the issue. Even with Epic's reach and track record with Fortnite, the new extraction shooter is not guaranteed hit. Obviously not. Embark found unexpected success with Arc Raiders. But whatever Disney and Epic are working on will face intense competition with new entries this year, including Bungie's Marathon, like anybody cares about that. Krafton's PUBG Black Budget, and Deep World's Beautiful Light. Some developers are wisely steering clear away from the increasingly crowded PvPvE space, and whoever has me on Echo, please stop that. Epic's deal with Disney will reportedly include at least 2 more games in 2024. The company's announced plans to create an all-new games and entertainment universe will further expand the reach of the beloved Disney stories and experiences. In March, Epic Games has made headlines after announced plans to lay off more than 1,000 employees in the face of soaring Fortnite development costs. The company also had another major Disney-related announcement, letting content creators who make custom Fortnite game experiences have access to a trove of Star Wars assets. They are desperate. This comes off to me as being desperate. And Doom with another good take. Unreal Engine under Disney would make every character a fat black lesbian in a wheelchair. Yep. How's life in Latveria? Obviously, you have some laundry to air.
Oh, damn.
Digny. I have a bad feeling about this. Disney's getting desperate, not in the good way. What do you think, sir?
Epic's willing to work with people, but they're never willing to be bought out by people. This is a company that was so desperate for its independence that it gave its most successful franchise at the time, Gears of War, to Xbox in exchange for its independence. So much so that it inspired Bungie to do the same with Halo, so that Bungie could get its independence. This is a company in Epic that, for all of its faults, and boy does it have many, is staunchly protective of its independence. They'll take investments, they'll collaborate, but they won't sell themselves out, especially to an entity like Disney. In fact, Tencent would be more likely to buy Epic than Disney, because Disney has a track record of consistently failing with every franchise they've bought out, unlike Tencent, whose franchises they've bought have largely been successful. They've been predatory, but they have been successful financially. So if Disney desires to buy the Unreal Engine, first of all, people aren't going to want to work with the Unreal system because it's connected to Disney. Second of all, Fortnite's greatest strength is its willingness to collaborate. Disney is not willing to collaborate with people outside of their ecosystem unless they can monumentally gain at the other's expense. So
Disney is a corporate amoeba, for lack of a better word. It's an amoeba. It absorbs. It takes things and makes it part of itself. Disney doesn't like playing with others. It likes eating others.
Yeah.
And Disney isn't like, for example, Microsoft, who's willing to spend a lot of money to buy many entities and then stick most of those entities on a shelf. In Disney's case, they buy entities and try to use them, but they use them incorrectly, and that's how, say, for example, the Star Wars franchise fell to bits. Epic will not sell out, right? They'll collaborate, they'll take investments, but they won't get bought,
Right.
because they value themselves as an entity on par with, say, Steam. Epic's greatest desire is to destroy Valve with a passion. So they will never sacrifice their independence until they have achieved their primary objective, which is to become the dominant space in PC gaming. It probably will never happen, and I hope to high heaven it never happens, because could you imagine Epic leading the way in PC gaming? It'd be disastrous. It'd be terrifying. But that is their desire, and they are not willing to sacrifice their independence to achieve that objective, in my view.
Kaylet over here says, too bad Epic isn't even as close to Valve, correct? Epic's not that big of a company that people think they are. 10-cent super secret weapon, boobs. But how long are you going to weaponize boobs with your otherwise very strange agenda? You're trying to market boobs to other people with boobs. Okay.
Well, there's been a recent 10-cent release under the guise of Ubisoft. It's this, you can tell it's a Chinese-made game, but apparently it's published by Ubisoft. It's published by 10 cents Ubisoft. It's about $20, and it's like a Devil May Cry mixed with sci-fi. For
Don't
lack of a
slander
better
Devil
word.
May Cry.
Right? But that's the crazy thing, Scooby Pup. The game's done incredibly well because it's $20, and it looks way better than anything Ubisoft has released in the past 10 years. Now,
Into the
it does
Wind
have
making a good
What was
extra
that?
point here. Into the Wind, who says, as a publisher and platform, Epic isn't that big. Unreal Engine 5 is huge, show, and the reason why it is because it is outsourced and licensed.
Exactly.
That is
Which one
Epic's
thing-
platform. That's what has Epic as big as it is, and it's not as big as some of these other companies, but they know what they sell product, and people buy it the rights to use that product. That is way most of these companies fall into the middle of the road of being a big corporate chain. Is some people know what they're good at and they lean into it. But when you have somebody with the amount of financial assets of, say, Disney or dare even the BBC or some of these other massive treasure troves of coffers, you know, they all they're going to do is buy you out. They will find a way to buy you out and absorb you. That's the problem. We tried to keep these anti-monopoly laws in place, but that's going the way of the dodo too with all of the stuff that's going on. You know, it's really sad to see.
It's not going to succeed. Quite frankly, Disney is not going to buy Epic because Disney will just drain Epic and Fortnite will be dead. The people who tell me that Fortnite will live forever, if Disney bought Epic, Fortnite would be dead in 5 years.
Of course, Fortnite would be dead probably in less than.
It would be
It's
less
already
than.
having a downward turn. But anyway, I have a friend here, and what I'm hearing down there in the laboratory. Oh yeah. It's your turn, isn't it?
You know, my mood turned around. If this means Fortnite dies within 5 years, maybe there's an upside here. Also, where does Disney have the money to go around purchasing anyway? What's on the verge of being bought by Netflix? The only bright side is that they might result in Netflix dying. Look, I don't like it. I never liked Fortnite. It didn't appeal to me. I'm not a big fan of obligatory PvP games to start with, but Fortnite brought to a whole new level of obnoxiousness. And aren't they already too close to Disney as it is? Who at Disney thought it was a great idea to promote a new episode of Star Wars in a lore-relevant way by tying it into Fortnite of all things? The game cannot die soon enough, and I think people should be more behind that. Fortnite is where fondness goes to die. It's where you go to shoot your favorite characters in the face with a shotgun. And I don't get it. I guess I'm old now. I really don't see the appeal. Smash Brothers made sense. This is just awful in every way but with microtransactions.
Yeah, the microtransactions really does mess with it.
Extraction shooter based on Disney properties. What, your play is Cruella de Vil shooting Dalmatians and trying to escape them? Because they're not going to put the heroes... Look, I just need it all to die. I know that people who have longer range than I have, I'm going to get to it. You know where I stand. It needs to die.
Agreed. Kaylet's making a good, valid point here. UE5 will die whenever Sandbox launches. Sandbox, I've been looking into that engine. It looks very good. Microfail is doing just that, failing. They know they can't compete with Valve because they have the answer to shareholders. That's right. They've worked themselves into such a corner.
Making things for kids to making things that turn people into kids, because the whole thing feels infantilizing to me.
All right, Scooby, we're going to save Marcelo for last because I do need to go to the facilities while he rants, and then I must insist that you all behave while I'm gone. Scooby, are you happy to see that Disney might be trying to make a Fortnite clone with the purchase of Unreal Engine? Do you see both of them failing? I kind of see that,
Marcelo can rant, but I think I have a very, very, very big rant, so you may want to save me for last.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
All right. I tell you what. Before I head to the bathroom, before I head to the facilities, first and foremost, we're going to do this. And hold on. Come on, you stupid duck. There we go. Herbert, no. Herbert, no. And let's just say what we did, okay?
You don't want to fight Scooby when it comes to games and her opinions.
F-bomb incoming. I've been working on video games since 1985.
I'll be back.
It was the first thing that I actually made money on, Scooby. Okay, on a little machine called the Commodore Amiga while I was still in college. Okay, the thing is that the behavior of Disney is akin to Microsoft's from the perspective that Microsoft, who I had some dealings with also in the late 1980s, lives by a philosophy called the 3 E's: embrace, extend, extinguish. Okay, and the only thing that Disney can get out of this is a situation where they can license the IP to others to make money for Disney at what they think is going to be no cost and no risk. However, they're going to be paranoid that the games that are being made by others are making too much money, and so they're going to think that they're not making enough on their licensing things, which means that they're going to try to strong-arm the people that they've licensed stuff to get more money and extract them till they're blown dry, which is going to drive other licensees away from them. See, even Director Arcador knows where I'm going with this, because they're going to find out that making games and selling them, or trying to anyways, isn't easy making money. How do I know this? Because they tried this once before in the 1990s, right after the release of a little movie that you might have heard of called The Lion King, which I actually happen to own a copy of. And despite the IP was based off of, failed miserably, despite the fact that it was driven by Microsoft's technology, which now sits inside of every single Xbox running on the planet. Disney failed to capitalize on this because they always do everything with regards to this sort of stuff back asswards and down upwards. Okay? And that all was said without dropping the single F-bomb that I was carrying in my back pocket. Okay, and I'm not asking you to top it, Scooby, but I'm just setting the stage for what's to come, folks. Please take it away.
Now, as a gamer, I've played dozens of games via dozens of engines, and if it's one thing I've experienced is Unreal Engine 5 is a very clunky engine. You can download an Unreal Engine 5 game thinking, oh, it's going to be a great game. But guess what? You're going to have a lot of problems with it. It's going to take up a lot of space in your memory. Yep. The controls are going to be very clunky. It's going to require a lot of patching for your game. You're thinking that, oh, it's going to be pretty. It's going to be smooth. No, this is Unreal Engine 5. There are many other gaming engines out there. There's like more than 10 out there that you can use for creating video games that are much better, run much smoother, give you better graphics, better gameplay, better everything. And if Disney's going after Unreal Engine 5, they are probably thinking, oh, people, we should buy it because people think it's the world's greatest thing. Disney buys it, if they try to invest in it, guess what? Games as far as under Unreal Engine 5 goes, will get more expensive. The memory that you take up for games is going to be twice as much. They're going to make things even worse. As far as Epic and Unity and stuff goes, I mean, all these gaming companies, all of them have their strengths, and they have their good things and their bad things. Unreal has a lot of bad stuff, not a lot of good stuff. If anything, if you had to go for an Unreal Engine, then go for the Unreal Engine 4. That's better, much better. It's older, but it gives you better results. And as far as the Unity and Epic stores and stuff, they have a tendency to listen to their customers. When Borderlands 3 came out and it was in the store for Epic only, and it wasn't any of the other stores, people threw a shit fit. And that's when Epic was like, okay, maybe we need something stupid. We're going to listen to you. All these other stores, Epic and so on, they have a tendency to listen to their customers, which is what you want. You want to listen to your customer. Disney does not do that. You ask Disney for something, they will say, fuck you, we will do what we want, whether you like it or not. And if we own you, you will do what we tell you, whether you like it or not. It doesn't matter if you have a good history with your customers. Who gives a shit? You're doing what we tell you to do, whether you like it or not, because we own you now. You've sold your soul to us. Disney games are horrible. I mean, back in the days of Nintendo, they were great in the sense of they gave you the difficulty that you wanted. But some of the IPs were really, really shitty. Some of the games were also really, really shitty. Disney is also on the verge right now. Disney's trying to buy anime studios. I mean, they're trying to buy anything and everything that they can. And as it is, Fortnite is just basically a walking, it's just one great big meme is what it is. It's a game, it's a meme game. That's it, all it is. And I don't see why people like it so much when, I mean, they think PvPvE, whatever. Okay, you know what? There are some legit games out there that have a very good PvPvE. There are some games out there that do a really good job with it. But majority-wise and stuff, if they so much as try to compare to Bungie, big mistake. Big mistake. You don't want to compare to Bungie or any other company. In all honesty, in my opinion, good. I hope Disney falls and burns for doing something like that because those games suck ass.
So here's the thing. Scooby. We're reading this article, okay, and other ones that have kind of followed along with it. But one thing I want to, have you guys keep in mind, okay? This is a pundit writing a presumed thing, okay? For all we know, Disney may be thinking that they're going to create a game and they're going to license Unreal Engine 5.
They think that's what they're going to do.
But the thing is
that Unreal Engine 5, it's fallen out of a lot of people, and I mean a lot of people, I mean like the hardcore gamers, the ones that know what they're doing, the ones that know what they're talking about. They've backed off of the Unreal Engine 5. Disney has this idea of, if we own Unreal Engine 5, we're going to make a lot of money. We're going to make a lot of games. No,
because
you're going to lose. You're going to lose a lot of money.
Oh yeah,
what you're going to do. And this is not only a big stupid move from on Disney's behalf, but if Unreal goes along with it, it's an even dumber move on their behalf.
Look, the smarter move would be a reverse merger. If it because I'm gonna drop into dollars now. Okay. Last I checked, which was not too long ago before this podcast, Epic's valuation is about 23 billion. Okay. How much cash do we want to estimate that Disney might have on cash, especially after this Hulu situation? Maybe 5, 6 billion if we're generous. Okay. If I were Epic stakeholders, which I believe includes hedge funds, okay, I'd be looking around and saying, maybe we're just an entertainment business, and maybe we want to turn around and make a play to buy out a board or 2 seat on Disney and buy into them and do a reverse merger. Okay, not that that would ever happen. I'm obviously speaking in some idiotic alternate universe, but the fact is, Disney would be completely out of their minds to even attempt such a thing. They don't have the cash. They literally don't. Okay.
Have you seen Disney properties of late? They're clearly out of their minds.
Yeah.
It's anybody who wants, if anybody wants to work with Disney, whether it's Epic or whatever, it doesn't matter who. Anybody who wants to work with Disney right now is fucking out of their mind. Absolutely out of their mind.
Wait.
I mean,
hang on a second. We forgot something. Scoob. Most folks don't know. Tencent owns, I think, 30% or thereabouts of Epic. Yeah, that's going to happen. Yeah,
I can see now. I can see Tencent buying more of the shit, because Tencent, as much as I don't really like, I'm not a fan of Tencent. They at least know what they're fucking doing.
Well, I mean, if that were the case, I would buy, like you said, I would buy more of Epic. Oh, really? You want to make a play for me? Here, you'll have to deal with me as a negotiation partner. Because, let's say I bought 40% of Epic. Yeah, that's something Disney really wants to get into an argument with. Yeah. Nah, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't see Josh DeMauro being that kind of M&A guy, with all due respect.
As far as I'm concerned, anybody who's connected with Disney right now is a fucking idiot. Whether they work for Disney, whether they're friends with Disney, or whether they're friends with people who work for Disney, they're fucking idiots. I mean, even Clownfish, who used to work, the people at Clownfish, they used to work for Disney. And the info,
apologize for that, folks. I'm back.
I was starting to worry.
And
when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Well, we were holding our own, Tony. Please continue, Scoop. Please continue.
Even Clownfish, they used to work for Disney, and a lot of the information put out is very solid. So if you want information about Disney, like modern Disney and everything like that, they are definitely two people that you need to go to, because Clownfish, they know what the deal is. And I gotta say, like I said, Disney right now, they're trying to get their hands on anime, gaming, movies, you name it, they're trying to get their hands on. And I honestly think that, like you said, I think Tencent has a better chance. I really think Tencent should step in, maybe give them a run for their money. But seriously,
Disney cannot make games. I agree.
Disney cannot. Disney cannot make games. They can't even make movies anymore.
Tencent's the kind of company that has a small piece of the time at a time. You see this with Ubisoft. They're not the type of company that swallows whole giggity. Okay, Disney is the type of company that will swallow things whole giggity, and it doesn't work out too well for Disney. If it does come to blows between Disney and Tencent, it's Tencent that's going to prevail, because they're a far more brutal company.
Okay, yeah, and let us not forget Epic, because I keep track of this sort of shit. Excuse my French. Laid off 20% of their workforce just a couple of weeks ago. Okay, that to me smells, especially given their movement towards a UE6. That smells that smells to me that they're trying to safeguard themselves from acquisition.
And that's another
By having
thing. And that's another thing that you just brought up is a lot of companies right now. A lot of companies are firing people left and right.
Oh yeah, Epic included.
Yeah, Epic included 20 something percent. I don't know the exact number.
And with all those firings that are going on, if and we know that it wouldn't, or at least we're hoping that it wouldn't happen. Can you imagine if Disney, who replaced those people, that shit would not have a good thing. That would be, like Kayla says, epic fail, epic fail.
Music.
Well, stop and think about that for a second, Scoob. You just hit on something. Let's say in this alternate universe, Disney does pull this crap off. Okay, do you think with what Disney has done to pop culture that some of the people who might still be inside of Epic Games right now with a few firing neurons that aren't putting up with some of this tomfoolery that Disney has been up to, and even Epic Games, because they've done some pretty stupid things themselves, okay? Do you think they're going to want to stick around to be under a Disney regime?
No, they won't.
I don't think so.
And here's another thing. Like I've said earlier, with Disney, it's they see things as this: our way or the highway. And if you fired people, fired people when you bought them, they will see it as, oh, you fired people. Then guess what? We're going to give you some of our people, and if you don't like it, tough shit. You're going to do what they tell you, what we tell you to do.
Thank you, because the first people that Disney, when they take over, would probably lay a hand on is any remaining creatives that they have at Epic.
Oh yes,
and let them go.
They did that to themselves. They did that to their own.
I have to run early. Oh, my daughter in Austin Powers 2 night before it gets too late. I only got one thing to say. How about now? Where'd it go? There it is. How about now?
No.
I'm kidding. You have fun. Excellent discussion. Sorry that I missed most of it. We do need to mosey along.
But with, to quote real life fake wizard, for God's sake, cancel Disney Plus.
Yes,
agreed.
Exactly.
Agreed.
Cancel Disney Plus. But yes, Disney is the very my way or the highway. Anybody who has fired anybody that's been fired, they will replace. And it's very much what they did to their own studios when they fired when Bob Iger came in. He fired all the OG animators and replaced them with DEI hires that didn't know the first thing about animation or story writing or anything. And for those that OG employees that stuck around, they made things so miserable for them that they quit. They forced some of these people to leave.
Exactly.
And this is what they would do to Epic. They would do the exact same shit.
Well, if we had more time to rant about this, we would, but we must continue with the show. I need to have it wrapped up here in about half an hour or so. So we'll put a pin on it. We'll put a pin on it. And
I will withhold the rest of my rage.
Because, like I said, we got 2 new articles, and one is our odd news article, and then we're going to have a little bit of fake news just to celebrate the return of Artemis before we wrap up the show. Thank you guys for tuning in so far. You guys have been fantastic. Thank you guys for holding down the fort while I was, let's just say, building a fort of my own. Laying brick. And with that, let's go ahead and get to our odd news segment, shall we? All right. Well, if it'll load, what? There we go. Jesus. Duck of death, one thing, or I tell you, off days. We have them sometimes. This ship has definitely set sail, much like Starfleet Academy has set sail, and what may be the future of Fortnite setting sail. I figured, well, the ship's sailing. Let's actually cover a story about a ship that is sailing for whatever reason, and nobody knows where it came from. A mysterious barge floats over the Michigan River, and it hits 2 bridges. And this was a couple of days ago, 3 days ago. A barge was spotted floating down a Michigan River and collided with at least 2 bridges, but its purpose and origins remain a mystery. Witnesses told WWNT-TV the barge, a large flat wooden surface floating atop 2 blue barrels, apparently began its Kalamazoo River journey upstream the Angstel Street Bridge in Battle Creek, where it struck the structure before passing underneath and eventually striking the 20th Street Bridge. The barge, which is first spotted on Monday, has remained at the second bridge, but has now been moored with the green strap. John Connor, well, before he fought Terminators, who captured photos of the floating object, theorized it may have originated from an upstream construction site, but has yet to be confirmed. Connor's photos show the barge was covered in plastic when it first struck the bridge, but has since lost its covering. And the city of Battle Creek is aware of the situation, but has not revealed any answers. Let's see if we can get some of this here. Look at this here. And you can see this bridge for yourself. Who just leaves their ship unattended? Who leaves their ship unattended, dude?
A Somalian.
Yeah. Wild, ain't it? That's a pretty big barge too. That looks like it could hold 2 or 3 cars at least, man. Look at that. That's a big cargo barge.
Yeah, it's sure rigged with plywood and barrels. I'm not sure how much weight it can actually carry, but it still seems a shame of a total waste. You would think someone might want to claim it. I mean, it's a free barge if no one else is.
You got a fishing boat. You got a party boat, man.
Yeah.
That's
Everybody
wild.
wants a party boat.
Some
That's
intern had
pretty
one
wild.
job of tying it down, and they're now fired.
Mm-hmm. Must have been the new Captain Kirk barge is the Terminator. That's right.
Yep.
Some dude's diving platform. So that's where I lost my garbage barge. Live pedal with time limits perished at thought he was pooping. That was a joke. So what are your thoughts on this? Digny, go first.
Oh, goodness me, folks. Someone's lost their barge. It could easily have been a bridge. Easily. It was big enough to potentially be a bridge. But it is very interesting, this topic, largely because a ship has sailed. It's a very interesting mystery, isn't it? How could someone lose something that big? How?
Oops.
Tell you how. Living in America.
Oh, look at you.
Should
Should
have seen that coming.
Living in America.
Mm.
Director.
All I
is
really
this one
want
of
to
yours?
know is how many days does it have to be unclaimed before someone can just show up and take it?
That's
Well,
Hey,
I'm-
yeah,
I'm
that's a
sorry.
good idea. Rights of
I'm
salvage.
sorry.
Is the
I'm
free
sorry,
barge still there?
Director. I'm sorry, Director. Men who feel balls on camera shouldn't be allowed to take barges.
Stress chimes. They're good for my emotional stability.
I mean, the guy did just rant about Fortnite and Disney for about half an hour. Give him a break.
I'm
Other
holding
than
on to
that,
mine
no,
too,
I just-
Director.
It just hurts me to see a perfectly good barge go to waste, especially one that large.
I tell you what, that barge would be
No
really
barge
good
like
for.
a large barge.
You know, it'd be a really good use of that barge. You know, I still got a lot of these Kit Kats for $0.25, right? King size for $1. Get them while they're hot.
I still don't see how you
Ah.
managed to steal this from my bedroom,
Taco
Tom.
barge.
I'm good like that. Marcelo, is this one of yours?
It's not one of mine. And all I have to say is someone's lost their knots.
Mm-hmm.
They've lost their knots. That's all I can say about this sort of thing. I mean, this is the sort of thing that I would have expected in Florida. And I'm from Florida. But hey, you guys up in Michigan, you know, you're not to be outdone. So knock yourselves
Michigan
out.
Michigan man confused with Michelin man over grammatical error.
Yeah.
News at 11.
Yeah, man. I mean, So,
okay, that joke was a little tired. I mean, I get it. It's tired, old.
Yeah, but hey, if this is how they want to roll up there, this is how they want to roll up there. I mean, shoot. I mean, I'm with the director. I'm like, hey, when does the rights of salvage kick in? Because maybe could be turned into a floating, dance floor.
I say this is the kind of barge that you fish off of, and you bring some beers on, so that you can push your friends over the side when they're not looking and stuff. That's the kind of barge I would, that's the kind of party barge I would turn that into. But hey, free vehicular mode of transportation. Caleb says, I never lose my knots. They're firmly tucked away. Speaking of tired old jokes, you know what? We'll give that one for you. Scooby, is this one of yours? And yes, I did take all of your Kit Kats, and no, I'm not sorry.
You know what? Just for that, no fucking birthday present for you.
I'm breaking my heart. More than the diabetes from this delicious Kit Kat.
As far as
grubby in here to call us a married couple, got that.
As far as the barge goes, all I can say is this: if this were to happen where I live, people, it would not last long as far as having nothing on it. There would already be people sitting on there fishing, or it would be halfway down Baltimore tearing down another bridge.
Mm.
We've had problems barges. We've had problems with barges in Baltimore and Annapolis. Well, we have the Naval Academy, and the midshipmen are notorious for being little fucking party animals. So.
Well, hey, free party estate, right?
Yeah.
But I don't see something like this.
You don't see it every day. You don't see it every day. That much is for sure.
It's structurally unsound to destroy a concrete bridge. It'll be a nuisance, sure, but it won't cause any legitimate structural damage to the kind of bridges that people put a road over. Especially if it's made out of plywood and.
Well, it depends on how it also depends on how well the bridge has been kept up over the years.
Fair. That's also fair.
But
anyway, I thought it was thematic to have a ship sailing, since the theme of the show has been very much a lot of ship sailing, a lot of end to bad things, and to what could be good things. If Disney does do something with the Unreal Engine 5. It's like I said before repeatedly, though. I mean, Unreal Tournament 2004 just became freeware. You want to play with an Unreal Engine that's not only more stable, but completely free to play with now for new systems updated by the old Unreal community. Be sure to check it out.
It's funny.
The old stuff's the best stuff.
Well, not only that is also, there's a ton of indie games coming out right now that are hack and slashes, that are hardcore hack and slash, Devil May Cry type, and those aren't Unreal Engine ones.
Yeah. Unreal has a lot of hype behind it. Sometimes
yes, it does.
Many people might argue too much hype. But again, this is back to the point that I was making about that's their market platform. That is their product. That's the product that they need to hype and sell because it's the only one they got. Short end of it.
Yes.
So yeah, that's right. Party, because I gotta. That's right. All right, let's go ahead and get to our last article. Did you know that Artemis found a lot more on the far side of the moon than a lot of people take credit for?
Did they find the rest of the Kit Kats?
Sure, shifty-eyed.
Can you state categorically?
You are fake news.
Sir,
go ahead.
Can you state categorically that nobody... No, Mr. President-elect, that's not
Go
appropriate.
All right. 8 shocking things that the old Artemis II had found on the side of the moon, the far side of the moon of Holy Terra. And while we're on the subject, I may or may not have something to confirm with what Artemis was really used for as far as certain, let's just say, candy bars. Yeah. Where did I put it? There it is. Okay, cool. Got it. Awesome. Let's get to it. The dark side of the moon, or the far side, not the dark side. The moon has long been subject to myth and speculation. What mysteries lie on the known lunar surface in that dark realm beyond our telescopes. Now the Babylon Bee can reveal what the crew of the Artemis II mission had discovered on the other side of the moon. Rocks, lots and lots of rocks. There's a Starbucks up there, and they really are everywhere. 1 billion Mylar birthday balloons. So that's where they all end up. Who would have thought? I would have argued that maybe that's where everybody's lost left socks go. But no, it's birthday balloons. The Somali daycare, the owner says it's a huge client base and it's totally legit. A Shohei Ohtani home run ball. Not even Earth's atmosphere can contain his power. Several boxes labeled the Epstein files. Someone must have been trying really hard to keep these from being found. Amelia Earhart, always the last place you would think to look. And the Chinese moon base that has been there for years. Yeah, was Soviet, now Chinese. Oops, sorry. Didn't know anyone was already here. What incredible treasure trove of amazing artifacts. What else did you expect them to find? I tell you what. While we're on the subject here, I feel it prudent to go ahead and confirm Scooby's suspicions. The Chinese moon base, ladies and gentlemen, the Chinese moon base needs to be fed. And so we here at the fine folks of the New York Wasteland have been working very diligently in making sure that these poor folks stay fed up there. And let's just go ahead and just confirm somebody's suspicions. We may or may not have dropped a particular care package their destination. Now I understand that this might be a shocker to some, but
as long as nobody messes with the cheesecake Kit Kats, there won't be any problems.
We may or may not have been ensuring that a certain few bases up there have remained fed and therefore by proxy operational. For more details, however, please consider your true Vault-Tec survival guide for asking people in positions of authoritative power and why you shouldn't. I believe that covers everything. Digny.
That Kit Kat capsule is for the American moon base. The Chinese moon base, they have their own Kit Kats, but it's not chocolate, it's actual cats. They're a very hungry people, okay? And if there's a choice between eating cats, Kung Pao chicken made from a cat, or just rice all day, I'm eating Kung Pao chicken made from a cat, okay?
You did that joke yesterday with David Lopan.
Wow. Yeah.
Hey, look, you may have a problem with eating cats, right? You eat cow. The Indians find that offensive.
Oh, no. Yeah, I guess we'd be beefing with them, right? Right?
Yeah. Get off your high horse.
I don't eat horse either.
I don't eat horse either. Favorite pet is a duck.
A what?
A duck.
Wait.
People keep ducks as pets.
Well, hopefully not in Peking.
Yeah, these are the same guys that Peking duck. I mean,
Look, man, if you've gone through a famine, if you've gone through a famine or two, you will literally eat cockroaches to survive. But in all seriousness, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's good that they're flying about and came back from the moon. They found lots of things on the moon. It's very black there, which is good because a lack of light is always good where space is concerned. And I honestly hope, finally, we can get a woman on the moon for the first time. I honestly hope we can get a black man on the moon for the first time. In fact, I honestly believe that the first black person to land on the moon should land on the dark side of the moon.
Oh, God.
Well, how would we be able to find him?
Exactly. That way, when he says, I came back, I landed on the moon. Well, prove it, bro. Oh, wait, you can't because you landed on the dark side of the moon.
Igni.
That's racist!
That's America.
Dude, no. Yeah.
That's America. That's
And
so
good to
American.
see.
I'm not down
That's
with
good
that.
to see our good friend Mr. Eagle flying in the chat. Hail to you. Donner Party of 66, 64, 32.
I mean, for goodness sake, guys, America went from electing a black president to electing an orange one. Okay? You've done plenty of crazy things. I can't wait for you guys to elect the first blue person as president. The Silver Committee would love it.
We've done crazier. Look at
Go
Jimmy
ahead,
Carter.
Director.
We need to elect an alien.
I'm
director.
fervently opposed to any Smurf becoming president. Moving
La
on to
la
that.
la la la. Well, I mean, they are commie bastards, so you're right.
Exactly.
I meant cortisol silver drinkers, but go ahead.
Yeah, I sooner tolerate that. Look, I'm mostly just glad they didn't find anything I didn't want them to find. But what chafes me to see is that they're still lying to our faces. Honestly, where do they think we think all the cheese is? And they're going to just say it's a bunch of rocks. Did they even taste them?
You know, there's only one person that I know that have went to the moon, with the prospect of making sure that he has an infinite supply of cheese. And I don't think that intrepid inventor is ever going to share his stash. Thinking of you, Wallace. I want my cheese and crackers.
One doesn't know how much cheese got out there, but it's definitely cheese. We established this a long time ago. They keep lying to us. Meanwhile, I believe that's a Chinese base. I believe it's a Russian base. I'm starting to doubt we'll actually have a base there. Supposedly, they're heading that direction, though. And I try to be optimistic because the sooner we all get off this rock, the better.
The base is in the shape of no. We've nuked that one.
Yeah, the Nazi infestation was cleared out. I think what was it, a decade ago? Iron Sky, might have heard about it.
Yeah, dude. Ever since I saw the moon landing live, I've been trying to figure out a way to get off this rock.
You know, Digny over here has been talking about getting a black man on the moon. We've had somebody go on the black man, being a black man going to the moon and coming back white. Yeah. We had a black man touch down on the moon, and he was on the moon so long that he came back white. In his own words, like a fucking polar bear. Yeah.
Well, it's crazy that they depicted a black man landing on the moon as science fiction, and to this day, it's still science fiction.
Well, that's not true. I mean, they've come from space in some cases.
I'm sorry.
Let's not go
Director,
back to 92. Shall we?
Did like a secret space program of black people land? Did Wakanda land on the moon? Land a man on the moon in 1949 or something?
Digny, just Google 1992 space movie and all will become clear.
Oh no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, guys,
I'm not doing that live ever again.
Can we go? Can we bring this back in?
Yes,
please.
Marcelo. What do you think about these intrepid discoveries after photographing the far side of the moon?
I'm excited. I'll be quite frank with you. I watched the news conference, and you know me, I'm mostly a somewhat stoic guy, but with what Christina Koch had to say, just kind of like hit me. You know, hey, Earth, we are one. You are one crew. We're just sitting out there. Okay, we really don't know how fragile this freaking rock is. Okay, we're living probabilities here every single day. You know, we look at the stupid things that other people do. We make fun of it. We laugh at it. Okay, I just want to take a moment and say, hey, let's be thankful that for whatever reason, what kicked off the dinosaurs 66 million years ago or thereabouts didn't happen 66 million years later.
Yet.
That's all I'm going to say. Really.
Yet.
It's really all I'm going to say. I'm looking forward to 2028. I'm looking forward to what comes after. I don't care who touches that moon again.
Hey,
I don't care.
Show.
So
the next movie that's going to come out about going around, I guess the moon will be called Capricorn 2, The Flat Earth Conspiracy Theory. Oh, we'll definitely have the Flat Earth.
Oh,
yeah.
Watching Re-Entry with some other friends of mine who are also, you know, nerds. We're like, look at that picture outside of the capsule. The way that the angle was taken from the capsule's camera, some flat earther is going to use that as corroboration that the flat earth theory is actually valid. Okay, it's called parallax, idiot.
Mio Dio.
So,
isn't it nice that we still have a conspiracy theory we can trust is full of crap?
Of course.
Because that's about the only one at this point.
Scooby, sorry that I took some of your Kit Kats to the Chinese moon base, but hey, a paycheck's paycheck.
Well, first of all, I found Artemis saying kind of cool, especially with the captain naming one of the things on the dark side of the moon, one of the craters on the dark side of the moon after his late wife, who died from cancer. I thought that was very touching that NASA let him do that, and especially since the guy is, like I said, he's a Maryland native. But I thought that was very touching, and they took that moment to do that, and I thought that was great. As far as the other discoveries go, I don't really care. I like the emotional stuff, and what happened was actually pretty cool.
Oh, well, then I guess I'll take the coffee that I ordered for you then after they stopped at the Starbucks. Gotcha. It's fair. It's fair.
I don't drink coffee.
Carlos Fish says, I'm available for president. I was kind of birthed here in excrement.
I don't drink coffee, but I will take iced tea.
All science, all the time. Oh, my, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, ooh.
Looks like the professor has finally lost his marbles.
And I do remember, and I do remember that 1992 movie that you were talking about.
Oh yes, that was one. I had Skeletor pull that prank.
That was a
like
funny,
85,000 views to the.
That was a funny ass movie.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to bring us to the end of tonight's program. I want to thank everybody. So that you can get your wrap up. I hope that you guys have a wonderful and excellent start to your work week. Get out there, kick ass, take names, represent the human race. Let's go ahead and go around the horn.
Johnny, sweetie.
Yes, dear.
We didn't hear half the stuff you said. You went bye-bye.
What?
Yes.
You molested my fluggle gobble?
Do I need to do this again? All right, that's going to wrap up today's show. Did everybody hear that?
We heard that.
Okay.
Far less
I
uncertain.
want to
and
make sure
awkward.
that everybody gets out there and represents the human race, kick the work week in the ass, get out there, make your mark, etc., etc. Jesus Christ, if there's one thing I tell you, boy, Gavolt. Anywho, yes, we have moved the show to Sundays going forward, and I hope that you all are happy with that. It seems that we picked up a lot of people in between yesterday's matinee and today. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us tonight. It's been absolutely fantastic. However, we must now go ahead and go around the horn, ladies and germs. What have you got coming up? Digny, start with you.
Oh, more videos, more shows, more videos from shows. The normal stuff, really, as we enter the new week. I have over 40 videos ready and prepped to release on YouTube from tomorrow onwards. So that's great for the next few weeks. And from there, I'll try to make as many as I can on as many platforms as I am on. So thank you for having me.
Thank you for having us. And of course, Lombardi 1969 coming in as we are wrapping up the show. Don't go insane tonight. Oh, I'm about ready to go insane, let's just say, in a fun way, at 10 p.m. But we'll get to that after I got everybody else's plugs. The great director, Arcator! Sorry, had to.
No, I'm just glad that is approved of. I certainly enjoy doing it every single time. I don't think there's a single limo left without that apt disclaimer on it. Look, when it comes to my work, every Friday, The Experiment self-deletes. It's a great place for music, merriment, various absurdities, and also, increasingly, the music stylings as produced and directed by Victor Von Doomer, who has made like 3 different songs that 58 initially hallucinated into existence. I'm regularly seen with my AI co-host, who is very strange and getting stranger in all the best ways. Other than that, every Sunday, as in just before this stream, I do an SCP read, which you might want to attend either of these things, especially if you like randomly winning games, because I've got years worth of keys to raffle off yet. And finally, if for some reason you want to see Arcturus or Sarthos, presumably to die horribly, that next appearance will be on SideQuest on Tuesdays.
Sounds good.
Wicked
And
good.
Ark is on kick as well, says Kayla. And thank you for bringing Victor Von Doomer over our way. He's had some great takes tonight in our chat. Shout out to Victor Von Doomer of Latveria. Thank you for joining the cause here in New York. So yes, be sure to check out all of the links proviso. Marcelo, Lord of the F-Bombs.
Yeah, Lord of the
Welcome
F-Bomb. Keeper, thank you very much. I'm glad to be back. Keeper of the Shadows. Still to come. So you'll see me on StarkCast here back now that the pain has been taken away. And I'll be roaming around the interweb, pulling information and setting people straight as much as possible. Of course, only the Shadows.
Well, we're happy to have you back, my friend. And thank you for tuning in. Like G Scooby, gotta plug your stuff, dude.
If Marcelo is Lord of the F words, then I am Queen of Profanity and Game Raging.
Breaker of controllers.
Breaker of
puncher
controllers,
of walls,
smacker of tables, throwing things, all that shit.
puncher of walls.
Yes, I have done that before. So, yes, Monday, picking up with Code Vein 2, starting at either 9:30, 10 o'clock, right around. Between that time, check out on the announcement will be made on YouTube and Twitter as towards what time I will be starting. As far as Scooby Hups, and I will be doing that all during the week. As far as Saturday goes, catch Scooby Pups Podcast, my flagship show, 5 p.m. Eastern. My special guest will be Suns and Chateaus, who I absolutely adore, great friend of the channel. So yeah, come on down. And I'm trying to go for 600 members, subscribers right now, so please go to the channel, like, subscribe, check out some of those videos, be them gaming or the reviews, or just the podcast, because I do also do reviews. So yeah, check out the channel.
Sounds good, ladies and gentlemen. Sounds good. Be sure to check out all of my fine folks that collaborate with this humble little corner of the internet. Here at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, over on my Rumble only, we are going to have the one, the only Miss Nude World 2023. That's right, Ginger Wolf making her triumphant return. Weapons out at the beginning of the program, ladies and gentlemen, because it has been almost a month. I did promise it. I am going to hold to that. I want to thank everybody for all of your support for these last 6 matinees, ladies and gentlemen. Last 6 matinees have hit DEF CON 1 consistently, and is reinvigorating my faith in my investments here to be your full-time entertainer. Thank you again for all of your support. I will not fail you, indeed. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, please consider what we got coming up as well in the week. We have on Tuesday basically some party games. Wednesday, karaoke on the Rumble side only. Thursday, 1 of 2 matinees. Friday, I will be guesting I'll be bringing probably Alf back to the show for Friday Night Frunk and Snowed Ups, as well as the late show with Stone Cold, Loki, and Snow. Following forthwith Saturday, the other matinee, and all of that time in between, I have a lot of shorts that I need to start cranking out again. A lot of work in between time, including Snake Mountain News. What is this sleep thing you all talk about? Thank you all again for investing in my humble little corner of the internet, and we will see you next time. Be sure to trust us, not just with your news, but with your entertainment, your impersonations, your parody songwriting, and of course, the future of all of the laughter you will have here right on YouTube. You all have a wonderful rest of your evening. Trust us, and have a great day.